book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
So, for you, for the people that understand what holy means, right? Since the Christian church made it like a spook word. Holy just means separate, meaning you're set apart, meaning you're different, meaning you're cut from a different cloth, right? That's what holy means. Read that from the top again.
For thou art a holy people.
For thou art a separate people.
And holy people.
A separate people.
And holy people.
You are cut from a different cloth. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, and child. You are totally different from any other race of people on this earth, right? You are special to the Most High God, man. Read that from the top again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people.
You are different from these other people on this planet Earth, right? Contradicting to the whatever the Christian church tries to preach until the Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans today, right? Keep reading.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. You are different unto God, man. The Most High. He loves you better than these other nations on this earth, right? Read that.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people.
Right? The Lord God chose you to be special. The Lord chose you to be special unto him, right? Now I'm gonna give you this article, right? There's this famous movie that all blacks and even whites know to this day, The Blind Side, right? You know how the black community like to say, oh, this ended racism, right? Michael Orr, right? Now everything's being uncovered. Michael Orr's true story. The Blind Side is a Hollywood fictitious version of what really happened, right? They like to push that whites in America love blacks and Hispanics, but the true monster under the bed is right here, right? Read this for me. Read the title first.
How did Michael Orr end up in a controversial ship?
Conservation ship, right? Michael Orr is the main character of the movie The Blind Side. The Blind Side was about a football player, right? A man from the ghetto. Sound like another Negro story to my fellow brothers and sisters from the ghetto, right? Another brother who was naturally talented. Why? Because he was a special people, right? Natural, right? Read.
Orr, now 37, said that despite having no known physical or psychological disability, the tourist presented him with a conservatorship papers to sign when he was 18.
So you know how in the movie they like to portray him being adopted by this perfect white family. They took in this child, right? This child from the ghetto. His mother was on crack. His father abandoned him. His mother didn't want him, right? And these white folks, they loved him, right? They treated him better than any other black family wanted to because he's from the ghetto. But here, Michael Orr, the real Michael Orr, not no Blind Side movie, not an actor, tells his true story on what really happened and what he found out, right? Keep reading.
After he had been living with them at their Memphis house for more than a year, according to his court papers, the Tahors filed for the
conservatorship is when conservatorship is when they don't adopt you. That just means anything when it comes to like your contracts, like if you die, anything that happens to your money, they have first say before you. It's like you're a child all over again. It's like what your mother does when you're below the age of 18, right? This is what these people took over. That means he didn't get their name. He didn't fall into their family. That means legally, they get a piece of Michael Orr.
Right.
He was their slave. Don't that sound familiar?
Right.
They take on the slave boy and just tap dance for the masses. And they put him out there and made them millions. Keep reading.
Over a whore in 2004, and the judge granted them all powers of attorney to act on his behalf. The conservatorship gave the Tahors full and complete authority over a whore's medical and educational decisions.
Look at that. So you know how in the movie they like to portray him as choosing his own college, but they wanted to say they said they had no say in him going to whatever college they wanted him to go to, and he chose freely. Right? Keep reading.
And a whore was not allowed to enter any contract without their direct approval.
Look at that. He can't even say what contracts he want to sign.
Right.
A grown man. And he ain't know this until how old he was? Until he found this out, 37? 37? And they ain't say not a thing to him. They ain't gonna say nothing because obviously they receiving the check still. This is how you know you're separate, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's
you
right.
are a separate people. And the white man know you are a separate people.
That's right.
The oppressor knows you are a separate people. The Asians know you are a separate people. This is why they set up their own communities away from you. This is why they set up their businesses to thrive and suck the economics from you.
Right.
Right? Read. No, second. Whatever. Yeah.
Throughout O'Hare's football career, where he played primarily for the Baltimore Ravens, did he believe he was adopted by the Tours?
Look at that. So you telling me they lied to him? You telling me that's something new? That's new to Blacks, Hispanics? They've been doing this. They've been lying to us. This is why the Bible references the so-called oppressor as the devil, man. The trickster, man. This is what he's good at. Read.
O'Hare said he believed up until February 2023 that the papers he signed were the equivalent of adoption papers.
So they did the old switcheroo on it.
Right.
They told him that this was, like, you're a part of this family. Imagine this. You're a traumatized child, teenage child, going through, your mama's a crack addict, your daddy don't want nothing to do with you, and you live in the ghetto, and your only rescue is dope boys. And then you got this this oppressive family that wants to come in and save you. And what do they give you? They tell you they want to take you on into their family. But little do you know, it's a lie. They want to suck the blood from you, man. They're like vampire. They want to take everything you got out of you. And they didn't take this man until he was 37 to realize their true intentions, man.
Right.
You gonna tell me they not the devil the Bible speak of?
Right.
That's the real America. The one they try to hide in front of you, man. You go to school 12 years, learn American history, and then you realize this is detriment to your brothers, man.
Right.
Keep reading that.
O'Hare said he was told that they intended to legally adopt him and instructed him to call them mom and dad.
Look at that. They gave them the feeling of family. You see that right there? Feeling of a fleeting thing. It doesn't stay. It's not real. Right? They gave him the feeling of familyhood. Because any other Black and Hispanic can relate to this, man. And this is what they came in. They came in, suit and see their opportunity to make money for their kids. Keep reading.
Or life had been far from stable. He was placed in a foster care when he was 11 years old. Attended 11 schools in 9 years.
Right.
Or is demanding that the court immediately terminate his conservatorship, that the order of O'Hare, the Tupis to stop using his name and likeness to promote their foundation. He is also demanding an accounting to be conducted, saying that the Tahir family, including the children Sheen and Collins, negotiated the rights to the movie with 20th Century Fox, each receiving $225,000 plus 2.5% of all.
Right there. You see that right there? They benefited off of that man for over 20 years, and then even got a movie deal off of it. And that was his life. That was his life. That was his trauma that made The Blind Side so great, right? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 9 for the top again. 7 to 6. This is how you know you're separate, man. Because these people want to feed on what God blessed you with.
Right.
They want to suck everything all the life out of you, man, so they can have their own game. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Man, you are special. You are separate. You are different from these other people on this earth, man.
That's right.
And all they want to do is cut you and get everything out of you and then leave you high and dry, man.
Right.
They don't love you. They don't believe in you, man. They like to do a facade. They like to do the trick that they always like to do, man.
We want no cowards in our camp,